Ontology of Pain you started to talk about a little before.
Yeah.
And this title always smacked the shit out of me the first time you told me the track listing. I don't even know what ontology is to this day. You start by studying words, is that right?
No.
Oh, birds. That's birdology.
That's ornithology.
No, that's study of birdology.
Ontology is a philosophical discipline. It's probably one of the oldest ones, but ontology is basically the study of essential being, which that even doesn't make much sense. But like honestly, I'm showing my own hand here, but like I think ontology is kind of a crock of shit. But it's the idea of actually, like, philosophers love to use the idea of like trying to understand the idea of like thisness in the sense of like a chair or a table. So like, what makes a chair a chair? What is chairness? That this specific chair that I'm sitting on participates in that idea of chairness. That this chair is a chair because it participates in that idea of a chair. The idea of ontology is basically the idea of universality, and that is like the joke behind, or it's a not a great joke, but Ontology of Pain is there really can't be an ontology of pain, because pain is like, no matter what, it's a very universal feeling. It's something everyone in one sense or another, but disproportionately some people have to deal with more than other people, but like we always experience pain, but we don't really have a discourse on it, which is not a good idea as a society. But an ontology of pain is sort of a joke insofar as like there's no way to universalize such a intricate and personal feeling as pain, as like deep-seated suffering. So like this, it also came from, because like this is the third song on the record. This is sort of like the last of 3 critiques of individualism, which through Self-Effective Face, through Dante's Inspiration, and up until this song, and this song sort of like pushes the boundaries of it the most, there was a consistent critique of individualism. That like, if we really want to try to understand like what individualism has to offer, if we want to really know like what is more personal than anything else, the only thing that makes sense is pain, which is like why trying to focus on the individual so much is such a terrible idea. Because all other things like joy, happiness, recognition, progress, purpose, direction, that always comes from other people, and that's a good thing. But one of the few things that is purely mine and my own is suffering, is pain. And like you can share pain with other people, and but that makes the pain go away in a certain sense. If you really just want to have that pain by yourself, that's the best way to sustain pain, which is a bad thing, which is why individualism makes no fucking sense. So the whole like sort of dark joke behind even the title Ontology of Pain is the idea that the only proper realm, or the only thing which is like a true ontological entity, and by that mean like a self-same, identical, true, unquestioned, essential being that belongs just to the self, is suffering, which is why we should not we should not laud the individual in the individualist sense. We should not promote that idea. We should always promote ideas of community, of togetherness, of being with others, rather than being in itself in a certain sense.
Pain exceeds every name. To me, that speaks to that theme of, like you said, regardless of who you are, there's nothing more personal than pain, and everybody has it.
No matter what, there is language tries to And so this is sort of like the dialectic of it too. I don't want to take away the fact that like by the time that any individual person experiences true deep-seated pain, like it does get better if you talk to other people about it, but that's also because language takes something away from pain. Language can never totally describe pain because language is a communal, what Marx said in Grundrisse, that language is the presence of community. That is so fucking true. And so like language, for that reason though, and this is like, it's not to say like that this is why we have to get rid of language, but language can never totally describe exactly how personal a feeling of just like inescapable suffering is. When I was writing the lyrics for the song, I was like trying to sort of speak from the point of view of pain, which is like, and that's why like the lyric, to speak its name risks identification, and to speak its name risks its own inadequation. There is no way to properly speak about it. I think like, well, there is a proper way to try to use language to describe it, but those situations really only happen in those extreme intersubjective moments that qualify the name love. Only in situations of love can you actually use language to talk about something that close to you. But otherwise, language can sometimes be, and especially in official culture, language can be sort of like hilariously inadequate to try to explain exactly how deeply someone is suffering. And that makes its way into like, you know, poor bedside manner on the part of doctors, which like, you know, they're still trying their best, but like how do you like fucking explain to someone else that, you know, you're hurting? It'll always feel like it's less than the feeling itself. That is not to say that language is a bad thing. It just is to say that like language itself, because language is based on communication, cannot communicate pain, because pain is not based on communication. They are always at all times against each other.